Imagine there is a city full of light, and one day there is chaos. Everything stops. No communication. There is a disconnection. So even us, three of us here on this stage, cannot communicate with each other. What do we have to do? Who will help us? Do we need a hero?
Nataliya, we'll need a hero on that, and I think as you can see this, I personally had the luck to work nearly 20 years in the pharmaceutical industry. The problem we really want to hack is how can we get our sales and marketing team back in sync? And we do need heroes for that. Manuel, heroes?
I mean, I spent around 10 years in pharma as well, and I was active into the digital and omni-channel part. I saw many innovation, but still I'm missing the hero part. And actually, making a hero is not that easy, you know?
Yeah, so everyone knows. 16 years within Viseven, we are building communications. We are building sales processes with this communication. And yes, we need a mentor, a tutor. Yeah. Let us see who can be of this tutor.
So what we do, we're going to go back in history. We're going to get thousands of years back. Manuel, help us. How do we build the hero that helps us?
Yeah, I mean, making a hero is quite challenging. So you need some ingredients to make a hero. You need a magic tool. You usually need a team of allies and also the X factor. But the most important thing usually, and something that heroes have in common, is the mentor. So usually heroes have something that looks like someone savvy and so on in history. Nataliya, do you have some example in history about
yes.
this?
We are humanity in total. We were led by heroes. So there were still jobs. Yeah.
There he is.
In the time there were always heroes which were guiding us in history, in arts, like Pablo Picasso, in science. So like Einstein, like Galileo, we were always led by those individuals, but those great minds, hero who we need. And let us introduce the one we brought today. Meet Chiron. Chiron is our new hero. It is about the innovation, but it is not the hero of the past. It is the technology to make you heroes of present and your future.
And what is Chiron, by the way? So Chiron is a centaur. And a centaur is a mythological figure. So it's the union of a horse on one side and the union of a human being, you know. So, and there is also another thing that Chiron made thousands of years ago. He was the trainer of Achilles, one of the most famous heroes of all the times, but it was thousands of years ago. So what do we have today?
What do we make out of Chiron, Nataliya?
Yes, so let us see what we are bringing to you. You can see us as Viseven and Plato coming together to bring you the exciting adventure to empower you as marketing and sales team together as one team working for your success.
So on the one hand side, what you say, Chiron, the centaur, combining the power, the wisdom of marketing that Viseven has brought. On the other hand, what we're bringing into here is the power of a sales training platform built by sales reps for sales reps.
Yeah, and this is a perfect cycle. If you can see, this is actually end-to-end journey where you can create. You can be still very creative, you can share, you can go into the omni-channel marketing campaign, you can scale it, you can publish, you can train and educate and receive the feedback. Also, you can measure your feedback and it is empowered by AI.
All right, we heard a lot about AI, Nataliya. Okay, this is always the same thing, but help me understand, how does that really work in my day-to-day life?
Yes. I know you are very skeptical. Let's see some of demo. Let's imagine I'm a marketeer. I'm starting to put some, prompt into Eva AI, which is sitting on the top of our e-wizard. I want to get the simple email to be generated out of my secure knowledge base. The email is generated based on the best prompts, best possible key messages, examples of the video or the graphics we are finding. We are generating it out into the template, and it could be e-detailer or the banner. But next, what is coming next?
Okay, we've seen that. Manuel, you worked a long time on the pharma side in marketing. So that sounds good, what Nataliya is showing us. But what are you going to do with this?
Well, I mean, you can create a lot of content, but I spent 10 years creating content. And whenever you create content, of course, you have to test it with your sales rep before you are sending it out. And it takes time. But what I see here is kind of different because it allows me to test the content right away with the physician. So am I right, Thomas, if I say here that I click on here and I test right now on the content and I...
You could. Let's see what comes back. So basically what you're saying, you ought to simulate all the content
so I create
you
the
just
content
generated.
And I go there and I test it.
All right. Okay. What comes out?
And then, whenever I test the content with the physician in vitro, for example, I also get my feedback right away. So I can customize the content in an immediate loop. So I don't have to wait for my feedback. So that's pretty cool. And so I also have a lot of metrics here. It will say where are the contents that I have to improve and where are the contents that I have maybe I have done a good job already. So that's good. That's very good. And Thomas, but help me understand, because from time to time I saw there are different physicians, but what happens when I do not see a physician that it is in my target? Because, in marketing we have many different targets, and the artist producing the right content for the right target.
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Manuel. That has been our reality in sales the whole time. We're getting those marketing physicians there. So the good thing is, if I understand the platform correctly, now what I can do as a sales manager or training manager, I can actually build the physician where I have the insights on what my sales team needs to train on. I can do this in real time, right?
Oh, you have an impact on that.
Oh, yeah, we do. And then what I can do, I can take those cards and allocate them to the organization that I want. I can start doing this at global level. I can allocate this to countries. I can allocate this as a sales manager to my new reps, for example. But finally, I can do all of this in real time. That's pretty cool, no?
But what about the sales rep, Nataliya? If you are a sales rep, what would be your take?
As a sales rep, this feedback is really important for me. As a sales rep, I want a tool which is designed for me, where I can see my KPIs, my targets, where I do not have a judgment on my experience or on my performance. I want to see actually what matters to me. I also want to see the evolution, like the feedback which is helping me to evolve, the feedback which is helping me to build on the content I have been receiving, as well as the content I will be showing in the field is more about the dialogue. So I will be able to keep this dialogue. And I, as a salesperson, is the one who is personalizing this conversation with HCP. So this is important to me, being on the top of my game and to be really evolving. And I can see this evolution happening. So these metrics are helping me potentially to be higher with my job.
All right, so basically what you're saying, you can train all of this in your safe space, and you can evolve and build on what you're getting in terms of feedback.
Yeah, but I can show you how this happens.
Show us.
I can show you how this happened. Just
So what do we see here, Nataliya?
Hi, doctor. One quick question. Would you consider hypertension therapy if it delivered more stable blood pressure control?
What are we seeing here?
Stable blood pressure control, you say? Look, I'm always open to therapies that improve outcomes, but stability alone isn't the whole picture. It's about more than the numbers. It's efficacy, tolerability, patient adherence.
Okay, I agree, but are you still seeing patients with systolic swings despite our latest guidelines?
Yes, I do. Quite often, actually, especially in patients with comorbidities or those on multiple medications. Systolic swings are tricky. They can be tied to poor adherence, drug interactions, or even lifestyle factors.
Exactly. So what about complaints about coughing from ACE inhibitors?
The ACE inhibitor cough, I mean, it's a classic issue, right? It's bothersome for patients, and for some, it becomes intolerable. In those cases, I usually transition to ARBs. They're effective and tend to avoid that particular side effect. But, you know, it always comes back to tailoring therapy to the individual, balancing efficacy.
And that is exactly why CardioSafe has been developed. Did you have any experience so far with CardioSafe?
I've looked at the data, yes. Haven't used it extensively yet, but I've reviewed the trial design and early outcomes. What I want to see is consistency, not just BP control, but fewer side effects, better adherence, and something that holds up in real-world settings. So if CardioSafe really avoids the ACE-related cough without compromising efficacy, that's worth paying attention to.
Okay, you simulated something here.
Yeah, so you have seen a lot of agents working in the symphony all together. So that was a symphony of agents which were finding the right content, which were triggering the right e-detailer, showing it to the rep, and voicing up the answers using the character of the doctor you have put and orchestrated for that. But let us see what the leadership can get out of that call. As Thomas, you was a leader of this sales organization for entire career. What do you take as the leader of the call?
Well, what I would love to, I mean, what we all want is our sales reps to be best equipped when they go into clients. Often we only get feedback 3 or 6 months later, so that's a bit difficult to act on them. But it's true, if everybody trains with that and you're telling me I'm getting all those metrics out of here, if I could get an overview of my whole organization, where they are, if I could understand what the training gaps are in real time, that certainly would make a big difference because I can act and ensure they're going to be set up for success on this. And it looks like what you're showing me here, I can do this. Oh, I even get a polarization map, which is pretty good. To understand who's really good, we can take those best practices and we can help those that are not there yet. Okay, Nataliya, looking good.
Yes, so far so good. So we are coming together here.
Yeah, I mean, time to come back to the Centaur. So here we have basically all the elements that make our Centaur. We have the tools, we have the X factor, and we have also the mentor. So this is the idea behind the Centaur, and that's also the idea of making the mentor to make heroes.
We are here today to say this is a historical moment, not only for us, but also for all of us together, because we want to bring, you know, a hero into your life and to make you a hero of what you are doing. So to inspire you every day at your work, and let marketing and sales team to work together, to create together, to connect their operations to their plans. So let us be heroes of today. Thank you.
Let's get our Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.